Sat Shri Akal, I'm Atul.
Hi, I'm Manisha.
Welcome to our podcast, Two Best Friends, where two best friends, which is us, talk about anything and everything with new topics that we come that relates to brown migrant parents, working women, and pretty much everyone by this point. It
Yes,
hits us
everyone.
with everybody, and we just pick those topics and have a heartful chat about it.
Yeah, yeah. And today's topic is, scammers and being scammed, right? And this is mostly in context of online world right now. We were talking about it recently and we realized, and it's just across generations, different people being scammed about different things or getting scammed on your name by two different people. So we'll talk about it in the next thing. But before we do, we'll start with a bit of a silver lining. And Atta, do you want to start with your silver lining?
Absolutely. I'll go with mine first. So we know like Melbourne is quite notorious with its weather. It can be quite cold in its hot day, spring. It can be like completely freezing. You cannot tell the weathers apart. But in this weather, I like to open my windows in the morning and I see my backyard and there are so many roses there. And each time I see a rose, it just makes me so happy. Even though rose is not my flower, but still seeing something bloom in the backyard, it just makes me so happy. And it's made me realize how much of a notice or like how much of an attention I pay to the flowers around me. Maybe it's the season that there are a lot more blooms around, more colorful flowers being spring in Melbourne, but it's just so stunning that the first thing that I notice when I wake up, not wake up, when I come and start my day in the kitchen or in the lounge room, or when I'm driving outside, is beautiful colors and the flowers that are around. That makes me just very happy and it fills me up with gratitude. And I just like instantly go like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. So having that moment is my silver lining for the week, for the month. At the moment, that's been my everything.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I agree as well, though. Like in Melbourne at this point of time, this weather, the flowers are just beautiful. We have a few roses in our house as well. And, there's a red bush that we have. It is just outstanding. It gives a lot of joy to you. And yeah, it is a really nice. I love seeing that as well. When they're fully full of them everywhere.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Actually, the other day I was driving past a street and on the other side of that street had different trees to us. And I got a little bit envious. I'm like, these are a little bit too pretty for my street. Why do I not have those trees? And then I realized I'm like, this is so petty. I'm
Enjoy.
years of that, but that's how much attention I've been paying.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. For me, the silver lining for this week. So I actually, I'm traveling at the moment as well. So we're in Dehradun at the moment, and we live in a bit of an outskirts bit of Dehradun. So not so much in the middle, not outskirt to be honest. It's pretty 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. But there is another place here where we were invited there was a festival happening, and it's like a very alternative community space here. They had a festival called Santvani Festival. So Santvani, you would love it, Atta. But
Yeah.
it's basically, all the musicians who speak like, Kabir ji ke bol, Meera ji, all of that. And so in the evenings they were doing, so it was a 3-day festival. It finished yesterday. And in the evenings, people from around the country, maybe around the world had come together. So there are these 3 people who opened a community space there. And they almost have this concept of you can do events. It's a pay as you like concept. It's not an Airbnb, but it's like cottages and camp. It's beautiful, right? And it's in around Dehradun somewhere. And we went for the evening thing where there was music concert, not concert really. It was a small setup where literally you go down, in the valley, and then there were just like a takhat with a few musicians there, young musicians like us, and then just sitting down, gadde, right? In the evening, it's nice cold weather here. What a beautiful feeling, right? It was just amazing just listening to those soulful music and just sitting there. Of course, we had kids with us, so we didn't stay for long, but whatever we did, maybe 100 people around altogether, it was brilliant. It was such an amazing experience to have that middle of nowhere. Loved it.
Sounds so good. That sounds such a soulful batak of
Yes,
musicians.
it was a bad tuck actually, and it was a brilliant bad tuck. I loved it. So I think Yeah, so some of the singers are like Vedant Bhardwaj and Bindu Palini. And if you actually go on Spotify, you hear them, we'll put out the links. They are brilliant. If you're a lover of folk music and Kabira's Dohe and all, this is it. Like, it's beautiful.
That sounds so good. You have to share the link.
Yeah.
I'm all up for finding new music. But let's dive into CID mode, where we go through all the scamming incidents.
Me too. But before we do that, I've got to say, I'm
Yeah.
actually really excited to come and do this. And for people who haven't noticed, we haven't done a few weeks of episode. And I just want to put it out there that me and Atta do this because we love doing this podcast. So for us, when we do have breaks, it is because it's not coming from our heart, right? And
Or we
now
are-
it's we're really busy, but it's also because we've not prioritized it. There's nothing called busy, right? You create space. So we have it, I'm really excited to come back because the love that we keep getting, but also also sometimes we will have that thing of, oh, we've not done this, but we are trying to be consistent. But in the end, the main part of this podcast is that it is coming from our heart and it's things that are touching us and people around us. And when that happens, we come together and we talk about it.
So yeah. So we
Just putting it out there.
we are being honest with you guys and not scamming you like other people
Not
who scam people.
You and I think the reason we're talking about scam is because I'm sure as if you're a millennial or a Gen Z or the one generation before us, every single one of us has received an email from the Nigerian prince offering you lots of money or some other random prince giving you lots and lots of cash if you open that email.
Yes. But let's dive into stories. I love listening to stories of
Yes,
scams
yes.
that
And
happened.
I will start. I'll start and I'll talk about, I don't know if anyone's had that experience, but a few years ago, and I really feel for the generation before us because they've seen so much change. And a lot of scamming in the past used to happen through emails or through phone calls or whatever. But now it's being like videos are being made, which are not real. And it's really hard, sometimes even for me, to make the difference out. So, anyways, about a year back or something, my mom kind of, she watches a lot of news. She has social media, all of that. And she started talking about how Sudha Murthy and Narayan Murthy are talking about this really amazing investment opportunity and it is amazing, should do it. And she went on and on and she was not ready to understand that it was fake, right? I tried to explain to Mama that just sounds too good to be true. It doesn't sound real.
Reason with your parents at that stage, isn't it? When it's so set in
You
their
can't
mind that Nana, where we
She idolizes Sudha Murthy and she loves what they do and Narayan Murthy. And then she's like, how can that not be true, right? And then she's like, the finance minister is also talking about this. And I'm like, this is not true. And she did not listen to me. I'm pretty sure she even registered for it. She got a phone call for it. I'm pretty sure she almost may have invested a little bit as well, not too much. But it was just one of the biggest fight I've had with my mother recently because she was like, no, this is true. And in the end, she realized that it was a scam.
And did she ask you not to tell anyone and you are opening it up?
I'm on the podcast talking about it because it's been a while.
Madhu, I apologize on her.
Yes. But I want to make sure everyone else is aware.
Yes.
But I also want to talk about how videos, right? I feel like they're the highest level of scamming right now, all the AI videos. And they are so easy to believe.
Yes, and it's very hard to tell them apart. If the job is done really well, it's very hard. Sometimes I see videos on Instagram and you start watching them and then you're like, this sounds very like weird. And then as I'm listening, I start to watch their mouths talking and it doesn't align. I'm like, oh shit, that's AI. But it takes good 50 to 60 seconds to even establish that that's AI. That's how neatly it's done.
Imagine that generation before us. Like, there is no way. And it's really sad because you almost have to switch your critical thinking all the time, right? I know even in schools, they're teaching kids nowadays or uni where they actually talk about how it's not okay to have kids have to almost have that awareness that there could be a lot of fake stuff out there.
Absolutely. At least we in Australia do not have cash on delivery. India, I don't know how they filter through people, businesses, they like payment stuff when it is cash on delivery if they're not getting payment at the end of it, or people scam. Like this happened to my sister. Like she got a parcel delivered. My jijaji accepted it saying, and it was cash on delivery, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's 1,000 rupees." Gave 1,000 rupees, and then he calls my sister saying like, "Oh yeah, tera parcel aaya," and she's like, "मैं कुछ नहीं order की." They open it, and it is mitti inside. Literally mitti.
Oh my God. That is so ridiculous, but it is so like, yeah, that is so possible.
100%. But this is monetary scam. Like recently, my card got compromised. I can't really say it was scam because I was not aware of it, but it still got compromised and I had to go through block my cards and then I had to go through the bank. And luckily they reimbursed me that amount. But with scams, you're full willing. If you're aware of the situation, you're giving them the money. And
Yes.
I've not come across as much of monetary scams in Australia as I've heard of incidents in India. Like one of other incidents that I've heard, this is again my sister's dad, and through the grapevine, I've heard this.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got this strawberry business, right? And they got a big order. They were like massive, like amount, like many, many kilos. Let's just say 50 kilos of strawberries that they wanted delivered on a particular address. And they were like, yep, that's fine. We are happy to deliver you. You need to pay us in advance. And they were like, yep, absolutely. We'll pay you within half an hour, but we need strawberries ASAP. So can you make it moving? They sent the message of saying it was about like, let's just say 1 lakh of payment of the whole strawberries. And they did the payment for 10,000 rupees. And they were like, yep, this is the address. And they were like, oh, yeah, okay, it's legit. I've got the message saying that I've received the money. They then kept calling and they were like, no, they kept depositing money, like sending the messages of like, this is what we've deposited in your bank account. And that went up to about 90,000 rupees. And then this guy calls him saying that, can you please return the money because I've accidentally made payment in your account from the wrong account. So can you please return on this because this is my work account, and if the work finds out, I'm going to get fired. And the relative, like the strawberry guy, he's like, oh yeah, no worries, we'll sort it out. Let me just get to you the location that you've sent me. It's not too far from me. We'll sort it out once we're there. He's like, no, please, it's going to take you even like half an hour. If my company finds out that I've transferred money, they're going to fire me. I've got छोटे छोटे बच्चे, उनका मैं इकलौता सा, please मुझे वो पैसे लौटा दो. And the guy was like, no, literally, I am going to be there in no time. We can sort it out once we're there. I cannot like transfer while I'm driving. And then he kept calling, and that bugged him to the point he's like, why is he playing such a like a emotional victim card when it's not even that of a big deal? If it is a genuine mistake, the company will understand. He pulled out and he was like, you know what, let me just see into it. Smart. He looked at his account first. There were no deposits. It was only the text messages that had come through. Anyway, then he did not say to him that I've checked my bank account. He was like, no, I'm going to be at the location in 10 minutes. We'll sort it out there. He gets to the location, finds out that's actually a military camp, and that was just a
There
hoax.
was nothing.
That was a Hawks address. And when they got there and he was like, oh, I've got a delivery for strawberries. And they were like, oh my God, not again.
My God.
Yep. So when not again, that meant there was so many other incidences where payments had been exchanged and the product had arrived, but there wasn't anyone to receive it.
Oh my God, so ridiculous. And it's just, people's time, space, money, resources, everything.
Exactly. This strawberry guy, it was his own business. He had put the strawberries in the freezer. Imagine if he had not put them in the freezer, that would have been a loss of
That would go on.
strawberries. And he said that there was another, like a cement company that hired trucks and offloaded that cement, and then they had to unload it, and they had workers that they had hired to do the work. So the fuel, the company charged, and also they lost money. Like imagine all of that. But it happens.
That's ridiculous.
This is the extent of it. I think we don't even know how far they
We
go.
don't. And I think there's so many stories out there. I remember actually now when you started talking about the strawberry incident, I remember once I had a cousin of mine who'd bought these mattresses, I remember. And then she was traveling back, they'd bought like 3-4 mattresses and she's like, hey, can you sell it? because she was going back to London, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll sell it. And then I had it on. I remember on Facebook Marketplace was the place where I did a similar story where people started like one or two people saying, they're like, oh, I'll send this money, but something, something. And, on a similar line. And I'm like, this is not adding up. What are you talking about? Like, I'm like, this is not, the whole, oh, I'll pay you $1,000. It was like $200 or whatever, 300. I'll pay you $1,000, but can you just send me back this month? Because some ridiculous story. And you're like, what are you And then the moment you question it, they were gaib. They
Yeah, that's when you question, they disappear. But sometimes the scams are so little that you don't have energy to question it. I remember I think 4 or 5 years ago, I bought something online, seeing an ad on Facebook or Instagram of a jhula, like a hammock. Like it was a chair hammock, but it was like very light. And I think I paid $25 from China. I'm like, not bad. Agar
it?
itna bhi acha nahi hua, थोड़ी देर में निकल गया, it's worth its value. I've not seen the face of it. Have I chased them? I haven't even chased about it.
It was too small to see at them.
Exactly. But the thing is कि मेरे जैसे अगर किसी और ने 10 लोगों ने भी
कर लिया?
that's a good
That's
amount.
$2,500. That's it. And it is. I'm not that's the sad part, but that's the monetary one. The other one that is really sad and more on the emotional side of things and is based on that is someone we know, and they in India, again, it was India, but it was a story where their face was used as an account, in another account, and that face and that account was chatting with this other guy and full on, talking to him and everything. And then that person ended up looking for her and ended up coming to her workplace, right? And he was standing there. He's like, oh, we were supposed to meet. We were supposed to get married and all that. And found out it wasn't her. It was some random person who was using her photo. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, imagine that.
Yeah. Because now the technology is so advanced that you can even do video calls with the same face. With all
It
the
is ridiculous. But it's playing with people's emotions and, everything. It's just like, why would you do that? But it comes out from that perspective of, I think, like, what is the reason, right? Why do people get into it? It is either there is that whole monetary game. You're like, oh my God, I'll get quick money, right?
Mm.
Either that, or we do also as a human society, which is honestly a sad part that we won't be able to do it more and more, is we trust each other, right? You're like, क्यों करेगा? क्यों waste करेगा time? But reality is there are people out there, which is really sad because you want to be able to trust people.
Yeah, I think monetary, you can still understand it a little bit, thinking that, okay, they need money and they might be coerced into this scam of things or easy money or whatever. Like that's still understandable because there is a need that it's not being met and they are going around not the correct ways. But I don't understand when it is the emotional scam. Sometimes emotional scams happen for money as well. I've heard stories where, especially
Even with this person, I think this story, that person had given to that other person at least a few, like money as well online.
yeah,
Because they had said how their life was in danger or they got hurt or whatever. There was a lot of story around.
there are so many shows on Netflix and even on podcasts that one
Yes.
story that still stays with me and it shocks me and it scares me that this woman, such a high achiever, like she'd achieved so much in her life that she had multiple properties, but she was single until 60. And then in 60, she was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to find man of my dreams. And she meets somebody online because that unfortunately, only way at the moment, because you don't go out. We stay in the comfort of our homes and we want to diverge into the technology and find it on the apps. So she met somebody through apps, English engineer, lived all over the world. Her friends warned her that this doesn't sound too right, that he's not even talking to you on FaceTime and things like that. And she was like, oh no, you guys are too jealous of my happiness and this guy's so good. So I don't want to listen to you guys. Went on with the relationship. When this relationship went for, I think, a year, she'd never met the guy. She'd never FaceTimed him. Everything was over the phones. It was such an emotional attachment that he kept asking money for his business. She kept giving. She gave him his her savings, and then she gave him her super. And then she started selling her properties. At the end, she'd given everything. And then that's when she realized that this could be a scam. And
My
goes
God.
to the police, and do you know what they find out? That guy was not even real. He had English accent, but actually he was from Africa. She
Oh
has
my.
no idea. Nobody knows who that person is. And that's just so
Like
sad.
you
Of
have
course,
group
the
of people,
scam was,
right? Like,
yes, that
yeah.
was actually a group of people for money. But playing with people's emotions, that's just next level of stupid. It's so long.
Yeah, it
And that's,
is. And it's just like really sad because people's whole lives can get turned around because of that. And but it also, it works in that whole fear of also fear. Like it's very fear based as well. They create so many instances where you're like, oh my God, I have to. And if you're from a society that's quite protected and quite taken care of, you don't have those kind of instances, right? Especially in Australia, I feel like there is so much honesty and trust in the community that we've had until now that
mm.
that has not been an issue until now.
And unfortunately, people continue to get scammed. Is a testament to the trust that we keep putting it out.
Yeah. It does make me wonder, right? How do you become a skeptic and not trust? Or do you just kind of use your, you can I personally can't not trust everyone, right? I can't just say, oh, I don't trust you. But of course I have to use my own understanding and awareness of, okay, this doesn't sound right. And this, let me do my check. So like, for example, on Facebook and whatever, first thing I check is who, like if I have to sell something or whatever, I check what is the profile like a bit. So I know, okay, I'm not just talking to a random person. But that is also not a very foolproof method. I'm sure they'll work it out and have lots of people that is there. But yeah, it makes me sad. But it also, what do you do? Like, how do you adapt to that? Like, and do what?
You can't, because I think we should live from the place of trust. But if there are any red flags, then there's no harm in exercising some caution.
Questioning it.
I
That's an
think,
everything, right? In real
yeah,
life as well.
exactly. Operating from the point of caution is now like the sign of being smart and intelligent. Because if you go by trusting, then you are making yourself vulnerable and opening up to all the scams out there. Even like now
I
we are,
always say,
yeah, but we know that we are not going to open any unrecognized link, because we know opening any unrecognized links can make our phones vulnerable, software's vulnerable, and that's how it gets hacked.
yeah. Yeah. I got a message the other day from an Aussie number, something about, oh, here, your photos here. And I'm like, what photo? And I didn't open or anything. I'm going to leave it,
Yeah.
delete it. It's like a scam.
Exactly. And even you get text, I get it a lot, that, oh, something in the post is waiting for you. At that location is waiting. And I'm like, no, that it isn't.
No, no post is waiting for me. Thanks. I know all the posts that are coming to me mostly.
I was going to say, I was like, I'm not going to display my shopaholic
Yeah.
attributes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it is. And I think just continue to be aware. I think the biggest thing, Atar, you're right, is be aware of the red flags,
Yeah.
right? Because that is the biggest thing. I think a lot of people let go of red flags, and that is what it is, right? If you see them, question it. Ask the questions. Who's stopping you from asking questions? When you have fear in asking question, I feel like that is a red flag in itself. You making those choices there. Learning, right? Now, my mom, she's learned she's not going to believe any other Sudha Murthy videos,
Yeah.
even if they're real, for that
But
matter.
one thing I also know is, agar mere se chota banda, and I'm talking in age, because they are more advanced in technology. Agar kuch kahe ke aisa mat karo, तो I'm going to listen to them and वैसा नहीं करूंगी, because I know that they are a lot more switched on and advanced, and they know
Yeah.
a lot more about technology than I ever will. And that's just
Yeah.
a fact.
Honestly, we're not going to talk about it today, and maybe another day we can talk about it. We have not even touched the other part of the world, which is kids, right? Australia is having a new from December, and maybe we'll do it as another podcast topic about
Yeah.
kids who get scammed and groomed and everything online, which is
Yeah.
another ballgame altogether. But I don't want to talk about it today. Let's have another episode about it, because we both have kids in different ages, and talk about that and the impact of that, because it's big in Australia now. In December, it's coming out. But for today, I think that's kind of it from our end. Don't be scammed. Look for the red flags and ask the questions. That's all we can say.
Mirchis, and also if you have any scam stories, we would love to hear. We're here for
Yeah.
all the stories. Please tell us. But thank you so much for listening to us. Give us your love on YouTube and Instagram, Two Best Friends, and we will be coming to you guys with next topic very soon. Until then,
Yes. Bye.